Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Things end the way they start. And Lou Pearlman created the Backstreet Boys. He was behind Britney Spears, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, O-Town, all these groups. Every boy band you can almost think of was made by an evil molester. So that energy already existed in those circles from the beginning. You got to keep that in mind.
Board in your massage room. We don't believe in the devil. All right, Nick, I know you do. All right, it's clear.
Well,
no, it's clear. You believe in that dark shit. All right.
He's going to start off by announcing details of the lawsuit that was filed against Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys. He'll be followed by Shay Ruth, who will talk about being sexually assaulted by Nick Carter and the impact that it's had on her life.
I don't believe in that dark shit. And it's about time y'all start realizing this is the mother of Nick. You guys aren't his mother. You guys aren't his family. You're not Nick's family. Okay?
We'll also be hearing from Marcy Hamilton, who's an expert on the field of childhood abuse and the founder, CEO of Child USA.
let me tell you, in between, we can get a lot of truth out here, okay? And let Nick hear it.
There's no accusation. I don't make accusations. I speak the truth.
We want Nick to wake up to reality here.
This morning, we filed a civil lawsuit against Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys. The lawsuit alleges that Carter physically assaulted and raped my client, Shay, who you will meet and hear from in a moment.
Okay.
Or else it's gonna be too late, bro. You're gonna get too far in, and you're gonna get consumed by fame and fortune. And you know what? What are you gonna be left with? Everything for the gram. Let me put up a picture for the gram.
But first, let me tell you what happened. Shay attended a Backstreet Boys concert in February of 2001 in Tacoma, Washington. She was 17 years old at the time. When the concert ended, Shay joined the autograph line where she met Nick Carter. He invited her to join him on the tour bus, and once they were inside the bus, he gave her a funny tasting beverage that he called VIP juice.
The stage with him.
Everything is staged, and they think I'm staged. They think I'm some sort of, like, I'm making up. I speak the truth. If I didn't, come at me, bro. For 7 different felonies.
Because I am not lying about one damn thing.
After Shay drank the juice, Carter took her to the bus's bathroom and told her to get on her knees.
You are not the patriarch of the family. I am. Who would you say is the patriarch of the family now, Mom?
You are, because your grandpa John was very, very disappointed in Nick at the end of his life. Very disappointed in him. He told me on his deathbed.
Then he pulled down his pants and exposed his juice, ordering Shay to perform sexual acts on him.
And Nick came, and he ran out, and Lauren would not sit with the family.
Yeah, Lauren sat on the other side of the thing and not with our family.
She did not sit with the family, and then Nick ran out, and he was supposed to be a pallbearer and carrying the casket of my father.
And he left early. And you know who was carrying him? You know who was carrying Grandpa?
He broke his back because Greg had to fill in, and they did not have enough people to carry that freaking coffin to the car. And then he wouldn't even show up to the gravesite.
Yep.
What a fucking coward. Fuck you, Nick. Fucking coward.
You know what? It's all right. You know, everybody is entitled to their emotions.
I'm sorry, Shay.
Someone goes, it's a train wreck. You can't look away. This is not a train wreck. You guys are Backstreet Boys.
Okay, the family and everybody idolizes fucking Nick Carter. Come on.
Shay was a virgin at the time. She had never had a experience in her entire life. Under duress, she did as Carter instructed him and cried throughout the ordeal. But that didn't stop him.
These are not your fans. These are Nick's people that are stalking you, okay? They're not your fans, so don't engage with them. Please.
Next, Carter took Shay to a bed in the back of the bus. He pushed her onto the bed and proceeded to rape her, despite her pleas over and over again that he stop. But every time Shay said no and tried to get away from Carter, he'd get angry and push her back down on that bed. He was rough, to say the least.
No, this is not a true family train wreck.
The cool thing is, you don't have to engage with fighting with them, but you can engage with telling them some truth about their little idol. Okay?
I keep trying to tell them, but they don't believe me. But here you go.
Let them digest it for a while. Come on.
After the rape, Shay threatened to tell people what had happened. He grabbed and bruised her arm and screamed at her, calling her, and I quote, a retarded little bitch, while scornfully saying that no one would ever believe in her.
I keep trying to tell them, but they don't believe me.
He told Shay that she would go to jail if she said anything, because he's Nick Carter and he can do that.
But at the end of the day, I was very close with his younger brother, and Aaron spent more time. When me and Aaron in our personal time, what we would talk about is his past. I was like his therapist, and he would tell me so much shit. And he told me a lot of really dark things about Nick since Nick was younger. And if he had problems as a young man, and those only get worse as you get older. You know what I mean? So, and if they don't get addressed, maybe he addressed those things in his life. Maybe he's in a very different phase of his life, but it doesn't mean that he couldn't have made some mistakes in the past.
Let's go. Someone's like, ha ha ha, what the fuck, Nick? They just heard you talk, and now a lot of their shit's changing. Someone said this is going to be on TMZ. Cool, put it on TMZ. All right, put it on TMZ.
Put it on there.
Put it on.
Paris Hilton admitted that she was abused by him, and then when Aaron made the tweet about him, she liked the tweet to show, in a quiet way, the support for what he was saying. So, what, you guys think Paris Hilton's lying too? We know this guy has abused women. That's a fact. But you guys know who Nick's manager is? Nick's manager is Lori Knight. You know who Lake Street Louie, the guy who was taking Aaron around on all of his tours before he died, and the guy that claims to be one of the last people that's seen Aaron? Do you know that he works with Lori Knight too, who works with Nick Carter? Don't you think that's kind of weird? If Nick doesn't fuck with Aaron like that Aaron's tour manager would be working with Nick's manager, and that Aaron's tour manager is even important enough to work with Nick's manager. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Just saying. Just things that make you go,
Nickelodeon. Oh my God, Nick. Oh my God, Nick. Nick. Nickety.
To be the adult in the room and to speak out and to say this is unacceptable. We're not talking about bullying. We're not talking about cancel culture. What I'm calling for is accountability culture. I'm calling for consequence culture.